We're adrift in a sea of fog. An opera of hazy shapes and ghostly light flit across a dark backdrop, accompanied by a tinny orchestra. The bell tolls. Someone beside me squeals as the curtain of fog pulls back. Coney Island, island of a million lights, never-ending thrills, and one red-scarfed traitor. We got a lot of ground to cover before noon. If we want any chance of hitting everything before then, we'll split the search.
I'll check the outside. You and Luca take the inside.
Mako and I used to sneak through Juggler Street in the gardens. Crowds get thick, makes it easy to get lost in. Leek might have the same idea.
I'm walking through a stained kaleidoscope. Peals of delight rattle past me while golden lights reveal fantastical sights with every twist of movement. But the lenses are ringed in shadow, slicking my palms with every skitter. Soft footsteps stalk mine.
Excuse me, miss, are you alone?
Is that a problem?
No, miss. Passing on a warning. Have fun, but mind your purse and watch your step. All the weirdos and pickpockets come out in this weather. Solar visitors are easy targets.
Thanks, I'll keep an eye out. By the way, I'm meeting a friend. You see anyone with a red scarf go by?
No, sorry.
11 chimes ring through the fog, warning me to hurry. Tightening my coat, I thank her for the warning, and venture off to find Red Scarf. A melancholic young woman looks back at me from the faded windows of her missing poster. Last seen at the park. A beacon of light and an ominous reminder that noon's creeping closer.
Have you seen this girl? She's my daughter. Oh, for goodness sake. Excuse me, please. This is my daughter. Have you seen her? Anything, please. Thank you. I hope so, too. Excuse me, miss. Have you seen this girl? She's my daughter.
Trembling hands, cracked and bloodied by harsh cold, thrust a poster towards me. The same melancholic girl from the Coney Island walls stares up, unblinking like a corpse at an open casket. Actually, I'm looking for someone too. Seen anyone in a red scarf?
Have I seen a... No, I haven't seen a red scarf.
Your daughter. Tell me about her. The woman's parched of hope. The question's an empty glass with only a few drops of hope at the bottom, but she holds it to her lips and waits.
Rosie, that's her name. 16. Lovely, wavy hair and green eyes. Always has her head in the clouds. But she's not a bad kid. She never gave me anything to worry about until recently.
Until what, exactly?
Nothing. Just, nothing. She's overreacting, that's all.
Sorry, no. How long's she been missing?
Weeks. I tracked her down here, thanks to a detective. But that no-good rat kisser took my money and then told me to give up.
She points, but her eyes drop like a lost pachinko marble to my feet, leaving only a curled, hopeless finger to highlight a man in a white coat across the park.
He's gotta know something. Mr. Harry's been here all day. She kind of just disappeared again.
The detective barely looks like he knows how to cure a hangover, let alone how to find a missing kid. But if he's been here all day, maybe he knows about Red Scarf. The boarded-up attraction doubles as a haunted house. The broken boards and darkened gaps offer no sign of life. So why are there dirty footprints on the sill? I wait for a lull in the crowd, push away a loose board, and vault inside. Dust and aged wood stifle my every breath, But I don't dare sneeze. I'm not alone. Amidst the shadows, something like a pale arm hangs around a corner. I wait for their move. 30 breaths pass. No movement, not even a twitch. Slowly, I exhale and ankle around the corner. I give the mannequin's arm a pat and continue the search. I give the crates of knickknacks a cursory look. The interiors are filled with old junk, except for an old souvenir cup. Someone probably didn't realize how much collectors would pay for a bit of nostalgia. The attraction's a cluttered, dark mess. Anyone passing through wouldn't have much room to move. I soft step around debris and find a dirty footstep over a wire towards a tarp. I pull back the tarp and find a little hideaway. A bag, a compact mirror, and sheet music rest upon a makeshift mattress. I find the explanation in a half-written note. It's a familiar story scribbled in a shaky hand. Some kid apologizing to Mom for the fight and running away to seek her dream. The final half's a scrawl of raw, angry, sad words blacked out in dark ink. Sounds a lot like a certain missing girl.
What do you want? Are you here about the thing with the... Nope. Never mind. You're not one of mine.
Mr. Harry, right? Heard about you from the woman over there.
Criminy, that... Did she put you up to this? Lady, if I'd known she was persistent as a bad neck crick, I never would have taken the job.
The way she tells it, you took her money and skipped out.
Hey, watch the slander. I worked my ass off looking for her, kid. But the lady's running out of funds. She barely got enough left for half an hour, so I spared us both and cut the cord. So unless you got other biz, beat it.
I'm looking for someone in a red scarf. Sound familiar? Through the haze of poor choices and trite, pulpy cliches, he gives me a sudden look of clarity. If there's one thing Dreamlanders know, it's an opportunity.
Maybe we can work something out. That lady won't stop hounding me. I say no leads, she asks check again. I say she's only got enough for half an hour, she says she'll pay anyway. So get her off my back. Do that, and the info's all yours.
You even a professional? Or you just like scamming desperate folks out of their savings?
What did you say? I got a license, clients, an office. And I'll bet you that's more than what you got.
Then you know how it'll look. A desperate bird with a sympathetic cause, and the hard-ass who left her in a lurch. You want that on your rep?
What would you do, wise ass?
Clock in that final half hour. Find the kid or not, you still walk away with a happier client.
Oh, all right. I'll be a softie, just for today. And I guess while I'm being charitable, I might as well throw you a bone too for the pep talk. I spotted a sneak in a red scarf earlier. Slight build, oversized hat and coat. Shakier than a tremor. Ran before I could get a closer look. Don't know their business, and don't want to know. This fog's got no shortage of characters.
Excuse me, young lady. A moment of your time?
I didn't need the doe's warning to be wary of weirdos. One look at the string holding up his aged beard flashes a caution sign. No thanks. Whatever you're selling, I'm not interested.
Oh, are you sure you're sure about that? I might have something you dearly want. Something about a red scarf?
The supposed old man slips me a boyish grin, dangling the answer to my search like a misshapen hair. What do you know?
Shh! How do you think I heard? There's ears everywhere. Come along. We'll talk in my tower.
The old man hums and leads me up the winding stairs, 2 steps at a time, into a fairy tale. Up the abandoned tower, above the fog and the lights, it's like we're floating. A memory floats of Mom telling me of wizards in the clouds as the old man stands tall along the ledge. With a flourish of his coat, he transforms before my eyes.
Ta-da!
Uh-huh. And who the hell are you supposed to be?
The King of Carnies, the Prince of Thieves, servant to the common folk. But you can just call me Sweetheart, Miss Snoop.
All right, sweetheart. You got me out here. And what does the King of the Carnies want with me?
Every king's gotta look after his people, and you've been bothering mine with questions. Usually I'd ask the operators to make your stay inconvenient, but you don't act like one of Marm's fixers. So what's a pretty lady want with someone in a red scarf? Looking for company on a miserable day?
Someone asked me to find them. Sweetheart breathes through his teeth. The self-proclaimed King of the Carnies paces back and forth along the ledge, head heavy in thought. On the 3rd spin, he snaps his fingers.
I think you and I can help each other. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. I got in a fight with a beautiful doe over monthly dues. She said we were short, I said count again, and before you know it, she's got my shoes.
Shoes? What, she lose her heels?
Maybe she likes the look. Anyway, it was cute at first, but now I really need them back. She won't give them up to me, but maybe she'll open up to a fellow dulcet voice.
You're supposed to be a king. Can't you order your subject to hand the shoes back?
Even a king has his limits. Mine just happens to be a stubborn doe who'd turn me down if I were king of Dreamland.
She must really have it out for you, huh?
I might have pushed it after 5 disguises. She'll forgive me eventually, they always do. But my feet can't wait.
I doubt you're the only one who's seen them. What's stopping me from going to someone else?
Well, nothing. But you won't get anything from the Carnies. They won't say nothing without my say-so.
And who crowned you king? Is there a Carney Pope around here somewhere I should be talking to?
Wouldn't you rather know how I became Sweetheart? It started at the fire show. There was a fair-haired bird and a pack of louts. I enter from the right, and...
Yeah, save it for your subjects. I'm not here to trade pet names with some puffed-up pretty boy.
Ooh, ouch, Miss Snoop. You break all hearts that way? Or just the ones you like?
I'll think about it.
Until later.
Mr. Harry told me what you did. Thank you so much.
Look, I didn't do much. All I did was talk to the guy.
Hello. Interest you in a souvenir photo with my pal Jack? Only a nickel per snap.
Sorry, not here for any monkey business. I met your king earlier.
Sweetheart? How about this high, the Prince of Thieves himself?
Yeah, a real character, huh?
He's always been a little that, if you know what I mean. But the kid's all right. Handy with a broken fence or a doe.
Heard anything about a missing girl? Brown hair and green eyes. Her mom's looking for her.
Sorry, miss. Haven't seen a girl with brown hair anywhere.
Not a single brunette? Not even the kid holed up in the haunted house?
We get a lot of runaways. We don't ask questions. And neither should you.
Done up in clown makeup and armed with a triangle, the man stands like a barricade. If the girl's with the circus, they aren't giving her up, no matter what good intentions came with the ask. I'm looking for someone in a red scarf. Seen them?
Sorry, miss. I'm on shift. Please keep your questions related to the carnival.
Anything I should keep my eye out for?
Depends on your poison. You want thrills? Can't beat a visit to Hell's Gate. You want something exotic? Jaeger's Beguiling Beasts is that-a-way. Oh, you got some lucky lover? The Topsy Barrel's an excuse to get closer. Or you can take a photo with my pal Jack.
What the hell? Why not? The devil's arms spread, beckoning us entry into the jaws of hell to witness the fall of creation. Hell might be on the nose, but what better place for a traitor to hide than with other wretches? I pay a woman wearing horns and go to take the devil up on his offer. The path takes us down, sloping into a slow spiral. Before we enter hell, we pass through paradise. The pastoral garden is pleasant but dull, accompanied by music to saw logs by. Then the imp creeps into the garden and pulls the lever. The fields split open and throw us below. We scream, but no one hears us over cackles and jazz music within the pit. The pit's ablaze, but hell's residents are having the time of their lives. A man downs whiskey while a dame dances with a horned shadow. Tables overflow with waxy food, and tempting sights tease peaks from flapping walls. But something's out of place. What's a mundane room doing in the walls with fool's gold and empires? The trick isn't to watch the walls, but what's hiding around them. I hear the snick of fishing wires and pulleys and follow them to a rotating mirror. I step through the mirror and into an alcove. It's 2/3 closet, 1/3 living space. Modest comforts shunned aside for gizmos, props, and costumes. Worldly posters paper the walls while a packed bag with a one-way ticket sways on a hook. It's signed to Sweetheart. Not a cheap trip either. Would monthly dues be enough to pay for it? I run the numbers as I flip the mirror and return to hell. I follow the path upwards and descend back to Earth. As I catch my breath, I scan the crowds journeying in and out. No sign of Red Scarf. Hey, you know Sweetheart?
Me and everyone on Coney Island with a set of orbs. Don't tell me. Are you his latest fling? Did he sweep you off your feet and promise to take you to see the sights?
No, just doing him a favor. He asked me to get his shoes back.
Oh yeah? Did he tell you what he did to deserve it?
Something about the carnival being short on their dues.
No surprise the weasel left out some details. I only took his ugly shoes because he was handling the money when it disappeared. He can have them back when I get the cash.
So, he shorted you?
Mm-hmm. He said he's paid it all up and that some act of the universe must have spirited it away. He couldn't even resist pretending to be the new accountant while he said it to my face.
Say I wanted to take those shoes off your hands. How much would it cost?
Honey, you can do better than these gaudy things.
Let's just say I'm looking for something I don't care about getting mud on.
Fine. It's your money.
There you are. Any closer to retrieving my shoes?
So, I was looking around Hell's Gate. Found a room with something interesting.
Now, hold on.
His smooth voice breaks into a yelp with my approach. He's caught along a ledge without wizardry or honeyed words to help him escape. You got in a tiff with the dough because the carnies were short on their dues? Where'd the money go, sweetheart?
They're in my shoes.
And I was supposed to be your mule.
I can explain.
Then talk fast.
Yes, you got me. I'm leaving. But it's not about the money. I've been the king of the carnies for a long time. And it's been nice, but when you look at a map, Dreamland's rather small. So, why not disappear? Leave the park one more mystery to fall in love with, funded by the Dreamland Does.
Knowing there's lettuce lining a soul or heel, maybe I'll regret not holding on to them. But we'd made a deal, and I need that intel. Here, just tell me what you know and get out of town.
You're the real sweetheart, Miss Snoop. Not just anyone would give up information like that. Tell the wrong person, and you would have seen me strung up on my very own tower.
Don't tempt me. Now.
I know, the information. But I want to give you something else as a token of my affection.
He digs around his pockets, jingling what sounds like a collection of keys an Aether might be jealous of. He finds what he's looking for and tosses me a strange-looking key.
Just promise me you'll take care of her. I can't take her with me. And she needs a new home.
Thanks, but now I really have to go.
All right. Carney Code says I can't name names, but I can tell you she's a sweetheart too. A bit naive, but who isn't at that age? She's trying to find herself, and I hope she does. You'll find her at the boardwalk. And Miss Snoop? Go easy on her. She's just a kid in over her head.
Sounds like Apollo's leak. Better get over there. Thanks. I'll try. A step off the midway, and the world becomes grayer. Absent of rides, absent of crowds, absent of all light except a lone lamppost. The fog throws a gloomy veil over the boardwalk. The clock tower silently ticks in the distance. 15 minutes until the meet. I let the fog roll over me as I slip behind a wall, waiting for a spot of red. Below the railing, waves dance along an artificial strip of sand without a trace of footsteps. Doubt Red Scarf's coming up that way. The clock tower's a silent sentry overseeing the proceedings. I wonder if Red Scarf and their mysterious buyer are hanging on its next toll, too. 2 figures. The only red around one of their necks is a smear of lipstick. Their faces go even brighter when they notice me and make a getaway down the walk. Footsteps approach. Red wool paints a splatter across the white-gray cloud, leaving a crimson trail in her wake. It stops at the bench as she sits and waits. The bells start loud. We sit up, prepared to move, but we're alone. The bells fade and the air grows colder, but the buyer doesn't come. I shake the sweat off my palm, pull my hat over my eyes, and break through the fog on an air of confidence. I'm here for the sale. What do you have?
The what?
Outside the confines of paper, Rosie's green eyes well not with sadness, but utter bewilderment. She doesn't have a clue of what I'm talking about.
Are you the one who paid me to sit here?
Paid you? Hold on. I hear a click of a gun pressing an icy brand against the center of my back. My throat squeezes, caught in a vice as the muzzle propels me towards the bench.
Your work's done, Missy. Best you were on your way.
The girl runs. Faced by an icy, scarred nightmare, I don't blame her. I'm frozen. A half step away from a bullet and a drop into Coney's waters. But the shot never comes. Why aren't I dead? What do you want, creep? If you're looking for Nellie, she's not here.
Oh, the Reinhardt job's in other hands. I wanted to chat. Off the clock. Professional to professional.
A chat? You've got a gun on me. The pause is like standing foot over grave, teetering until he yanks me back with the snap of holstered iron. Dufresne takes a spot on the bench. A heartbeat later, he gestures to the open seat. If Dufresne was going to shoot me, he would have done it already. I sit face to face with the scarred-up black hat. You set this all up.
You're sharp, aren't you?
So why the underground? Needed another job between terrorizing kids?
You think they're who this is about, smuggler?
Liquid metal flows off his smile. We might not be trading blows behind a windshield, but he's still a monster playing with his food. He's a patchwork of battle scars. From the missing ear tip to the jagged lines, it's clear he's had no shortage of scraps. Black ice stares back at me, followed by disappointment.
Still don't believe me, do you? That I came here to talk instead of tangle?
Honestly, Slim, I couldn't guess why. A file comes down on the bench. My heart nearly kicks through my ribs. My name, my history, my darkest deed, all spelled out with a few sheets of paper and Valentine's death photo.
The Underground's nothing special. Another ragtag posse aiming to change the world. Seen a dozen like 'em. Expect I'll see a dozen more. Only thing of note is their connection to you.
So you use them to get to me? Why? Dufresne frowns, gloved thumb rolling slow circles along the grain of the bench.
I don't usually encounter someone so often. Made me curious enough to start rooting around. Giovanna H-Shot Randazzo. Smuggler. Familiar to Astoria Bay and its info broker. Notable work includes the Wong Package, the Peacock Gala, and others. The rest, well, best heard from the horse herself.
Looks to me like you've done plenty of homework. What more are you expecting out of me?
Newspapers and third-party testimony only paint half the picture. And if you talk, I'll return the favor.
Fine, let's talk. You can start with who the hell
Not so fast. Let's talk terms. My past employers and their intentions for Dr. Reinhardt are off the table. If you want answers, you gotta earn 'em. Question for a question. Oh, and my time's limited, so you best pick wisely.
How many questions do I get? A watcher above sounds off another solemn bell.
Until the next bell. Flip for first question?
All right, fine. Tails. The coin whistles through the air. It lands a perfect arch in the palm of his hand. Tails. My shoe itches. I might not know what Dufresne's planning, but I've got questions burning holes at the back of my mind, and not enough time to ask them all. The Underground had given me a job. There wasn't a leak, but they'd still expect something. But this was between me and Dufresne. I ask myself, if I leave something unanswered, which one? About the girl in the red scarf. She...
You only got a few questions, smuggler. Be ashamed to waste one asking after used cards.
Look, Dufresne. The girl's face is plastered on posters, and her mom's tearing her hair out. All I want to know is that you're not going to shoot her after this. The black hat leaves me guessing. I'm seconds away from threatening him with a trip over the railing until he shakes his head.
The little miss was a one-off. Found her busking at the amphitheater. Dropped my request along with my tip in a basket. No direct contact. No sense in killing her. Expect she'll be back there, if she doesn't find more trouble on her own.
One question down. Satisfied?
Good enough. So, tell me, what was worth chasing me all the way to Dreamland? He leans forward, arms resting on his thighs, body stretching like a shadow under the turn of the sun.
What were you, before you became 8-Shot?
Why would you care?
Lot of stories about 8-Shot. These days, a lot less about Giovanna Randazzo. You used to have a tighter name for yourself, didn't you? And wherever Alfonso Randazzo went, Giovanna Randazzo was sure to follow. Think you were happier a sparrow in a flock than a hawk flying solo?
The answer hurts, pressing on a still healing wound. I can still smell his cologne and the way he'd sweep me into his stories with a wave of his hand.
Always dream big, Principessa. Even when you fail, you still impress. How did she get out will make your name as powerful as how did she do it.
He wanted me to give him a run for his money. Had a pricey bottle set aside for the day I'd strike out on my own. We never got to open it. Yeah. Best damn years of my life. Had more than a good name. I had respect and a good crew. Used to feel like I could take on the whole world.
Must have been nice.
Surprised you'd think that.
There's worse ways to spend your better years. Shame they weren't meant to last.
Are you done?
Your turn.
So, why are you so interested in me?
You've been a pebble in my shoe.
Feelings mutual, pal.
Expect we have more than a few in common. You're professional, don't like to lose. And you've got pride, even when saddled with a cause you don't believe in.
Uh-huh. You'd know all about me with your fancy ride and clothes.
I know what it's like to grab the devil's hand to survive.
His glove picks at an exposed sliver, stripping away thin layer after thin layer, flick by flick.
Used to be a barony man. A mistake happened. Got me cut off. Stings, don't it? To lose everything that way.
But you came back from it.
Mostly. I know I'm not getting into heaven. Not all of us can afford wings. Can you?
I take a moment to absorb his answer while I brace for his next volley. So, what's next? If you're looking for dirt on my school days, I never went.
Interested in something more present? Rather hear about the job. Expect you know the one. Word is, you let things get personal. Traded the client's cargo to save a man. Was one man's life worth another?
The Valentine job changed my life. I still think about how it could have been for the better if only I'd made one in a million different choices. I could have picked another route, could have swapped jobs, could have talked to Valentine alone, could have not grabbed Needles' hand. He was my crew. I couldn't leave him.
And that was enough for you. damn all the rest.
Screw you. You weren't there. I never asked for what happened.
But you know now. Still think you saved him, knowing you were picking between your sweetheart, your reputation, and your family?
My answer clangs against my teeth. I want to say I made my choice. Instead, I see a pair of pained blue eyes asking why I saved him. Shut it. So you don't have any interest in the underground?
None. So long as they stay out of my way.
All right. Then how the hell did you get into their network? Dufresne's slow smile resembles a beast with a mouse. Proud, assured, and well aware that the claws could come down with the drop of a wrist.
Simply know where to look. Groups like them leave their tracks all over the city, and the underground scares easy. Just needed to control where they'd leap. Told them I wanted information. Gave them an offer good for 5, and 4 letters. The rest, well, you can imagine.
I could see it as clear as a dart against a bullseye. The underground must have flipped over everything to find the 5th letter. When it didn't turn up, it wouldn't be hard to assume who had it and why they'd need me. Seemed pretty sharp for a hired gun. Might have made a half-decent detective.
Suppose I might have. Always had a knack for tracking things down. People, intel, personal effects. Shame it's too late. People like us don't retire quiet in this line of work.
The distant clock hand closes in on the bell. Dufresne breathes slow and calm, deciding where to place his final shot.
Losing the cargo wasn't enough to ruin you. You could have stayed clean. All you had to do was walk. But you loaded that revolver. You fired that final round and never stopped. Not till they were all dead. When it was over, what went through that pretty head of yours?
I feel the shots reverberate from my fingers to my ribs. I'd needed 8 shots for Valentine. By the time I finished with the rest, I'd used enough lead to mold a coffin. All because I couldn't accept a world where Valentine got to live, but Zio didn't. Realized it didn't fix a damn thing. I spent a year pulling myself up from the bottom of the barrel. For what? To lose it all to a warmonger with a cannon?
Makes you mad, doesn't it? And how many did your rage put down?
How should I know?
Enough to lose track, then. I've met enough like you. They kill until it becomes instinct. Until every threat deserves a bullet. Keeps going until the day someone puts the bullet in them.
His words hit like a rain of icicles, nearly shattering my control. My tongue moves to skewer him back, but I wasn't the only one who'd taken damage. His mouth set in a grim line. Sounds like you're speaking from experience. His fingers begin a slow, meditative roll, matching the beat of the black waters below.
I had a job go south, a long time ago. My then employers needed someone to blame. They lured me out, beat me black and blue, and trussed me up for the underline. Didn't even pay my last fare before they threw me over the edge.
How did you...
Lost some skin, then clung to the rope and dragged myself up. Took days before I saw surface side. Don't remember much after that. Not until they were all dead.
Doesn't sound like it fixed things.
Didn't do anything. Made no difference if I killed them or not. The world didn't stop turning without them in it. Only thing that changed were the faces at the top.
The city loves its tyrants.
That it does. The barons are only the tip.
Valentine was replaced within a year. White streets in civil war. I can only guess what Dreamland will look like when Marm's gone. For a moment, the gray world loses its tint of gloom. The smell of salt water, the soft glow of the lamppost, and the chord of shared silence. It makes my shoulders itch. When did I lean forward? Easier to keep your guard up when you're facing a shadow with a gun. Maybe that's what makes me risk a final question. You might be off the clock, but this is a lot of effort for a chat. What's your deal, Dufresne? I watch his form flicker and change, from monstrous shadow to a man of uneven shoulders, an aimless bloodshot gaze, and parted lips that have no words. The bell tolls, ending our parley at the quarter hour. The black hat stands, liquid metal streaming back into his posture and step.
I'll be on my way. Best we don't meet again.
Wait, that's it?
No. Got something else for you. This part is advice. Something to chew on. People like us don't change the world, Randazzo. We survive it. Be a shame you had to die because you didn't learn when to walk. And don't try to follow.
Dufresne steps into the fog's shadow, leaving me with only scraps for answers. None of it explains who his boss is, what their plans are with Nellie's research, or what's got me on edge. I curl my gloves around the bench and force myself still. I'd done Apollo's job and gotten out of it with intel. I wasn't going to risk a bullet for more. The last trace of his silhouette vanishes. I lean back, steeping in his words. They taste sour. I don't need some creep in a black hat to tell me what happens when you stick your neck out. The Underground's already got enough would-be heroes for that, and I'm not one of them. The walls of fog begin to thin. Shrieks of delight and happy foot patters penetrate the silence. I take that as my cue to go. Better let the Underground know how things turned out. Halfway down the boardwalk, another face emerges from the fog. Another poster for the missing girl. Dufresne said he found her at the amphitheater. The mom's worried sick and burning her savings on washed-up detectives. Better she knows her kid's still out there than trapped in a tunnel somewhere.
Oh, hello again.
Got a lead about your daughter. She's a busker at the amphitheater.
Busking? Why would she... Oh no, for Pete's sake, she was serious?
Serious about what?
Rosie said she wanted to be a singer. Something about feeling more comfortable when she acted like someone else. I told her people like us don't.
Regret colors her face in pale shades.
Never mind. Oh, thank you, miss.
I don't know their story, or whether it ends with a heartfelt talk and a hug, or a more permanent falling out. But maybe someone will get closure today. My crew's waiting where we last met.
Nothing on Juggler Street. Hope you had better luck.
I found something, but it's not what the Underground thinks it is. I'll tell you on the way. Apollo said to look for the shop between the golden flowers. I find a sagging shop ringed by a sunflower mural and give it a knock. The door opens. A dim lobby and a young Aether are there to greet me. She ferries me to a cracked door and a pair of muffled voices.
You want to know why you'll pull it off? Because those jumped-up fat cats won't see you coming. Now give yourself some credit. The plan's solid, old sport.
Apollo's contact perks up, soaking up the rays of praise. Apollo Diamond the movie star might draw adoration, but Diamond the leader makes you want to prove yourself.
I won't let you down, sir.
Good. Now chop chop. Those repulsors aren't going to jam themselves.
With a boost from on high, Apollo's contact exits the opposite door like he's ready to take on the world. Only once he's gone does darkness shudder across Apollo's face.
You didn't need to come, Apollo. You're wearing yourself thin. Not to mention the risk to your cover.
And what good am I in a shadowy room, eh? And speaking of wearing ourselves thin, how's that retirement plan coming along?
It remains a work in progress. There's still too much to do, and the well needs fixing. And after White Street, Cressa and the others need support.
That's the tricky part, isn't it? Something's always on fire. Suppose it keeps us busy.
There's a pressure behind those words that flattens the room. Apollo's demeanor dims while Sam roots still. And I'm about to add another load. I knock and enter. Am I interrupting something?
Not at all. Thank you for looking into our situation on such short notice.
How'd it go? Did you take care of it?
No, Listen, your network's safe. There wasn't any leak. The pressure tilts my way, threatening to drown me in questions. I could tell them everything, but it would also mean admitting who Dufresne's real target was. I'd either be giving them an honest report or a loaded gun. It's a risk, but I tell them everything. The setup, Dufresne's mysterious employers, and his motives. Each sordid detail feeds the fire, tempering a controlled rage across the matinee star's face.
Wonderful. You've got a stalker. Well, can't say any of mine have been so useful.
You're holding it together better than I thought you would.
Oh, I'm livid, darling. A stone-cold killer got the drop on us. He knows how we work. We can't let that stand, Sam.
Hang on a sec. What about the heist? Marm's birthday's right around the corner.
She's right. This man and the ease he got through our security is a concern, but we must have neglected the fires burning in front of us.
The reminder releases a valve. The pressure eases, releasing fury and tension to make room for purpose.
Well, that settles it. Gia, darling, you know your marching orders. Rob Marm, pay Killmeyer, and get Nellie that core. Sam and I will look into this Dufresne fellow and who he's working for.
The leak might have been a fake, but nothing's stopping Dufresne slipping back in and leaving something nastier than a letter.
It may be difficult to wall him out entirely, but measures are already at work. We will be relocating drop boxes, pairing all contact, and thanks to you, distributing a description of the culprit.
Not a difficult fellow to identify. Black hat, facial scars, and ice-cold eyes. As villainous as they come in the pictures.
Sounded like you two were already running ragged.
Comes with the territory. I can read 2 scripts, film a sponsorship, and jet around on a pot of coffee. Surely I can squeeze in a manhunt somewhere.
I have many islands to check in with. I'll ask around. Perhaps the Aetherians or our mutual friends may have heard something.
How are you going to do that? Dufresne's a professional. You don't pay his kind of confidentiality fee unless you've got steep pockets or serious skeletons to hide.
We know a few outside specialists. However, their services will not come cheap.
Still cheaper than a Bronson something or other. Good thing I have a new picture coming out. In the meantime, great work, Gia, darling.
one more day. Back so soon. I found some things that are more unique. Mind taking a look?
And pray tell, what diamonds in the rough have you found, Mishichu?
What can you offer me?
I suppose this could be considered unique.
What can you offer me?
I already have someone in mind.
What can you offer me?
I already have someone in mind. Happy hunting.